We will learn two different ways how to jump on your board. First, while your board is on the floor, and the second, while you are holding it. Let's start with jumping on your board while it's on the floor. Place your board on the ground and take a step back to build your momentum, and when you step closer, push your board with your dominant foot and then jump on it. Keep your knees flexible and try to land on the bolts with your front foot, and then place your back foot on the tail and roll away. Don't worry if you are not able to ride fast in the beginning. The most important thing is to practice, and the speed will come after you are more confident on your board. Next one, how to jump on your board while you are holding it. Hold your boards with your right hand if you are goofy, and with the left if you are regular footed. Start to run and drag your tail on the floor, then jump raising your dominant foot first, and at the same time release your skateboard in a straight line. Land with your front foot on the bolts and your back foot on the tail. Practice this and you will be able to gain speed quickly without pushing your board. Always start to practice your new tricks slow and increase your speed as you get more comfortable. So the backside kick turn is when you go up the ramp and turn 180 degrees to your toe side, balancing on your wheels, then you roll down in your normal stance. For most people, the easier way to learn is backside, turning towards your toes because you can see the ramp while you are turning. Foot position for this trick is your front foot on the bolts and your back foot on the tail. When you go up the ramp, start to open up and turn your shoulders and gently lift up your front wheels. To do this, you need to apply a slight pressure on your tail when you reach the highest point in the ramp. If you turn your shoulders all the way, your body will follow. Also, keep your head turning, and when you turn your skateboard to your toe side, make sure you look where you're going. Although you are balancing on your back wheels, make sure you don't lean back, try to keep your balance over the center of your board. When you completed the turn, place your wheels back to the ramp, lean forward, and ride away. If you're having difficulty to turn all the way, you can use these practice steps. When you go up the ramp, lift up your front rock and first just turn 90 degrees to your toe side. Put down your front wheels on the ramp, find your balance, hold it, and when you're ready, turn another 90 degrees to complete the full rotation. Make sure you practice this till you are able to turn the full 180 rotation with one single move. A frontside revert is a trick that involves rotating your board and your body around your front rock 180 degrees while leaving at least one set of wheels on the ground. Reverts can be used to get into and out of your sweet stance or saving your balance after a trick without stepping off the board, or you can use it to link together multiple tricks. You can do reverts on almost any terrain, but they get easier if you do them on a smooth or painted concrete. To do a frontside revert, you want to set up your feet so that your back foot is on the tail and your front foot is over the top of the front wheels. Place just a little more forward than usual. Start to push and ride on your skateboard, then get some forward momentum, bend your knees and turn your shoulders to face forward. Once you're in this position, stand up straight and kick out your back wheels in an attempt to rotate your board 180 degrees. It helps if you put a little bit of your weight on the front foot at this point, so your back wheels can slide around with the smallest amount of friction possible. Once your board does the full 180 rotation, finish rotating your shoulders and right away switch. If you're having trouble getting the technique down, you can try out this practice step. With a little bit of speed, put your front foot on the nose of the board and rotate your shoulders to face forward. Then press down on the nose so that your back wheels come off the ground and spin the board around 180 degrees. This should help you to get used to the motion of the frontside reverts before you actually try to overcome the friction of sliding your wheels on the ground. So the best foot position for this trick is when your front foot is over the front bolts and your back foot is on the tail, and your toes should hang off slightly, and that will help you to scoop the board behind you, and the board will rotate 180 degrees in front of you. So you can practice this stationary till you have it unlocked, but it's always the best to start with rolling very slow, and at some point you will increase your speed as you get more comfortable with the trick, and you know you are able to land it pretty much all the time. So you only need to shove your board with your back foot, and the front foot is only there to stop and catch it. So when you shove your board, basically you are pushing it behind you. Very important, don't push the board down because then it might flip on its side and you are not going to be able to land your backside shove it. Always push it just straight behind you, and as it starts the rotation, lift up your front foot but only a little so you allow space to your board to turn around. Always look down on your board and try to stop it with your front foot from over rotating. so even if it started to flip a bit on the side, you can still catch it and stop it with your front foot and then put back your back foot and roll away on all four wheels. Make sure you keep your balance over the center of your board and don't lean neither back or the front or the side, because you might slip out or you can get a wheel bite and that will stop you from rolling away smooth. Now the only thing is left to keep practicing till you have it unlocked and start to increase the speed and try your backside shove it a bit faster. The ollie is one of the first skateboard tricks everyone wants to learn, and it's certainly the first trick when you bring your board up into the air. It's an important part of lots of other tricks, so it's very important to learn it well. First, before you get to the ollie, you need to learn some other tricks, and to be really comfortable just ride around your board doing the tricks like kick turns, just rolling off the curb and just rolling basically everywhere. Roll to the skate park, roll in a ramp just back and forth, or just find a tennis court and roll around in circles. Make sure you practice your shove it and just generally to be really comfortable on your skateboard. I'm going to explain what each foot does separately, then put it all together. But before we get into any of that, you need to know the foot position. Your back foot is on the tail, with the ball of your foot right at the end or really close to the end. And your front foot is not quite center, just a little bit up from the center of the board. You should feel very comfortable standing on the board like that, because you will need it all the time. So first thing to the ollie is your back foot ankle pushing down, so you can pop your board much faster and give so much more power to your ollie if you use your ankle to pop down your board. So pop with your back foot and with your ankle just like that, and make sure you practice that motion over and over again. This is very important to practice over and over again, because skateboarding is muscle memory, so the more you practice a move, the better you get. So you're just simply building up your muscles and getting them to know what to do when you want to ollie. The ankle pushes down using the ball of the foot, which pushes down the tail and makes the tail hit the ground, and then you jump up with your back foot. If you just push straight down the tail and you don't jump, then you basically step back on the tail with your back foot, so you are stopping the board from going up in the air. It is very common for beginners to do that, but with practice you will learn the right way. Next is your front foot. As you are going to the ollie motion, the back foot is popping down with the ankle and the front foot drags up the board, and then once your board is up in the air, then you have to push forward a bit and upwards. When you start your ollie, your front foot is flat on the board, and then it turns 90-degree angle, and then it drags up the board forward, and this move is key for a good ollie. It's a very unnatural motion, so you might have hard time getting your front foot to do that, but don't worry about it, it's just part of the process, and at some point you don't think about it anymore. So when you drag your board up and you hit your peak of your ollie, you push your front foot forward, and then you have to turn back your ankle to the starting position, so it's flat again on the board, and that helps to level your skateboard. Then all you have to do is focus on the landing. You have to keep your balance always in the center of your board, otherwise you might land on the nose or the tail, and then you might slip out. Also, this trick needs a lot of practice till you can do it with your eyes closed, because all the other tricks we will learn requires ollie. The more confident you are with your ollie, the faster you will learn all the other tricks. If you have any questions or something to share, use the comments below, and thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next trick on Thursday. Like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified for the weekly videos. Follow me on different socials, but as always, the most important is to go skate and have fun.